Welcome back to Lakeland High School in tonight's second game of our doubleheader. This is Jerry Hosteller along with Dan Byler. And in tonight's game, it will be Chris Kyle's 4-2 Lakeland Lakers taking on Chandler Pribble's 4-3 Westview Warriors. The Lakers are coming off a big conference win on the road versus Eastside last Friday evening, running away with that game 58-31. On the same evening at Angola, the Warriors suffered their first conference loss of the young season with a heart-wrenching buzzer-beater loss to the Angola Hornets by a score of 53-51. Lakeland and Westview, along with Fremont, are currently tied for third place in the conference with identical 2-1 records. In addition to Eastside, the Lakers also defeated conference opponent Fremont 74-56 back on December 2nd. Their only NECC loss came against Fairfield on a December 6th night, 47-45. Tonight's game sponsor is Weaver Furniture Sales with 2 locations in Shipshewana, south of US 20 on County Road 75 North, and in the Davis Mercantile on Main Street in downtown Shipshewana. This evening's game is also brought to you by Dale's Dependable Handyman Service. Also by Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka. Stutzman Power Equipment on US 20 West in Shipshewana. By Height Auto Body in LaGrange. By Freedom Finish Works west of Topeka. Also by Dry Forest Wood Products on County Road 675 West in Shipshewana. By LaGwana, your local creative services provider. By Animal Care Clinic of Topeka. Also by Avail Portable Toilet and Sink Rentals. Daily, weekly, or monthly rentals. By Jerry Standard Service in Middlebury. By Topeka Pharmacy, Main Street in downtown Topeka. Also the Van Buren Hotel at Shipshewana, located north of Shipshewana on State Road 5. By Emma Warehouse. And by Ben's Pretzels, located south of Shipshewana on State Road 5. Tonight's game is a presentation of LaGwana Media and the IHSAA Champions Network. And we'll be back to talk for tonight's J&R Solutions pregame show and a talk with head coach Chandler Pribble of the Westview Warriors right after this 30-second timeout. Coach of the Westview Warriors, Chandler Pribble. Chandler, let's first of all, before we talk about the Lakeland game coming up tonight, let's take a look at that loss the other night at Angola. Tough one. Talk a little bit about that game.
Yeah, it was a frustrating loss because I thought we played well enough to win for 25 of the 32 minutes, 26 of the 32 minutes. We guarded it the way we wanted to. We felt like Lance, number 1, was their best player, and we held him to, I think, 8. We held him to 8. And then King, I believe, number 33, we thought a good big that could score inside, and we held him to 7. So we felt good about them being at a combined 15. But in doing that, we gave up too much to number 0, that lefty guard. He was able to make a lot of shots. And we didn't adjust, the way that we wanted to. So we struggled defensively. And then on top of that, whenever we had a 12-point lead with 6 minutes to go, we had a missed layup. We had a turnover. We had a moving screen. We had, 2 for 6 from the line or something like that. So it's just a lot of negatives all piled up, and they led to threes on the other end. So it was just, it was too many compounding, issues at the same time kind of led to that downfall.
as a coach, how did you relate to the team then after that game was over? Was it something you just say, hey, we're going to move on, it's this kind of thing happens, or how did you handle that?
Well, I mean, we were disappointed in the way that the kids finished, but also, as a staff, we were disappointed that we didn't feel like we made the right adjustments to get the kids, out of that funk. We adjusted the way we guarded them, but we feel like if we would have stopped fronting the post and not had to help on the backside, and we would have just had Wiley just guard him on his own for a little bit since he hadn't really been going a whole lot in the game, we think that maybe we would have had to help less on zero. And we kind of thought of that too late. We felt like during the game that we could just have our guy be another step closer to him on closeouts, and that still wasn't enough. So it was something where I felt like it was something where I grew after that, and I'm confident that we won't make those same mistakes defensively in our adjustments.
Well, your guys still have handled the pressure really well, I think, this year. And tonight, of course, you have a big conference game with Lakeland here on their home court. What do you know about the Lakers?
Well, the coach's sons are good. The oldest one, Ben, he can do everything well. He's a strong guard. He can post. He's crafty with the basketball and can get to the rim. He can shoot it, and he'll probably guard Brady. I think he's their best defender. So we're going to have to do everything we can to try to slow him down. And then his younger brother, Nate, shoots it really well. He's a big guard. So we're going to have to do, and not only just with those two, but the rest of their guys are very aggressive and all they can score, and they think that they can score, and they're confident in that. So it's going to be a little bit like a Northridge type game, I feel like, where everybody is willing to shoot it and get to the rim, and we're going to have to make sure that we close out well and keep the ball in front of us. And then offensively, we've got to make sure that we handle their pressure well. If you saw this JV game here at all, it's a run and jump full court that's trying to speed you up. And if we get our eyes up the floor and we can still process the game at the right speed mentally, even though we have to play the game fast, we should be okay. But if we get sped up and we turn it over and we lose focus and we start taking tough shots, then it's gonna be a long night.
Well, it seems like earlier in the season you guys showed that you could run the basketball and be pretty successful at it. So
yeah, we're not going to do anything to try to slow it down or slow them down. We're okay if they're going to pressure us full court and we can throw it to the middle and then have a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-2. We'll take advantage of that, and we'll try to get Brady going and get him catches in the middle. And once we do that, I think that things will open up for us offensively.
When I was doing my homework and putting the rosters together, I saw there's a lot of freshmen on this Lakeland team, but it's kind of an elite class, it looks like.
Yeah, they've got a good group of young guys. They play them a couple quarters JV, but then that's pretty much their whole bench. They'll play 9 or 10 guys. They rotate them all in, and they all compete really hard. They're a little bit undersized, but that's what we are. So, but they compete really well, and I think they're going to be a good class moving forward.
That was my next question. It looks like their height. I mean, we do match up pretty well with them, probably better than we have any other team we played so far.
Yeah, which is nice because most everyone we play, we've got to do something special to try to guard the post. And thankfully tonight, I don't think that that's something that they're really heavy geared towards, is trying to throw it into the post or anything. So hopefully that alleviates some of the pressure on our guards with long closeouts.
All right, what about the health of the team?
Yeah, everybody's good.
Cool, good. Well, Merry Christmas. I don't see you before, and good luck tonight.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you.
Thank you. That was head coach Chandler Pribble with the Westview Warriors. We'll be back with more from Lakeland High School right after this 60-second timeout. Thanks, Jim. Jerry Hosteller with Dan Byler back with you for Game 2 tonight. The Westview Warriors boys and the Lakeland boys going at it. Westview at 4-3 coming in, 2-1 in the Northeast Corner Conference. And the Warriors have wins against Bethany 61-47, Busco 80-31, Central Noble 51-50 in that exciting finish over at Westview. And Elkhart Christian coming back with a 54-40, or holding on for a 54-44 win at Elkhart Christian. And the losses are to Northridge, Northwood, and of course a disappointing loss last Friday against Angola on that last-second buzzer beater. Lakeland is 4-2 and 2-1 in the conference, as I mentioned. They were defeated they defeated East Noble, Bethany Christian, Fremont, and their fourth win came against Eastside. Northwood and Fairfield are Lakeland's only two losses of the year. Last year, on the 13th of January in the Northeast Corner Conference, and I had forgotten about this, Dan, but we had an overtime win against Lakeland, 59-58. And I'm thinking was that here?
Well, it seems like we played them here. Was that during the tournament, maybe?
It would have had to have been
tournament?
January 13th, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I was thinking, when we were thinking about when we last broadcast here, I was thinking it was just last year, but I thought, well, it must have been 2 years ago because it's every other year. But yeah,
right.
if we played an NECC tournament game here, that would make sense. That it was just last year.
I'm pretty sure we did have a game here last year. Both teams are in their huddle, and we're getting set for the introduction of the starting lineups before tonight's ball game. The national anthem was already played before the girls' game tonight. That was kind of a back-and-forth game affair, and unfortunately for Westview fans, the Lakers ended up winning. Lady Lakers ended up winning. Jethro Hosteller is first out for Westview. Number 3, a senior, Brady Yoder, 5'10 senior, averaging 19 points a game. Number 11. And also for the Warriors will be Wiley Minix, a 6'1 junior, 13.3 point per game. And Wade Springer, number 23, 5'11 junior, averaging 4.4 points per game. And rounding out the lineup for the Warriors will be Luke Helmuth, a 6' junior. Ben Kyle, number 5, 6'1 senior, will start for Chris Kyle's Lakeland Lakers. Ben is his son. Christian Troyer is 6'1 senior, will also start for the Lakers. Number 23, Tommy Curtis, a 5'9 senior guard. And Nate Kyle, a 6'2 junior, number 30, will round out the lineup for the Lakeland Lakers. He also is we have one more. Their senior, Zeke Watman, 6'3 senior, will be in the center position for Lakeland.
So they have all 4 of their seniors starting and 1 junior. Got 4 seniors, a junior, 3 sophomores, and 4 freshmen listed on their varsity roster.
Yeah, I was talking some of the Laker fans before the game, and they said that freshman class coming up is special. So we'll see what transpires tonight. It should be a really good ball game.
It's interesting. One of the officials had to roll the balls off the floor. Normally the managers take care of that. But
oh, wow.
He looked at it, sort of shrugged his shoulder, and pushed it off the floor. Like, okay, I guess I can do it.
You never know what you're going to have to do as an official. They do janitorial work sometimes as well. Tip is controlled by the Warriors. Luke Helmuth will bring it across the timeline for Westview. They're working to the left, right to left on your screen as you listen to the ball game. Long shot by Brady Yoder from three-point land off the right side is no good, and the rebound's yanked down by Tommy Curtis of Lakeland. Now with the ball out front is Ben Kyle, the 6'1 senior. He picks up his dribble. He's being guarded by Wade Springer. Lakeland in their home whites with the light blue numbers and red trim. Ball kicked out of bounds by
Luke Helmuth got
Tommy Curtis.
Got beat on the drive, but then he reached in and knocked the ball loose, and yeah, Curtis kicked it out of bounds.
Good defense by Luke. Lakeland's applying some full court pressure. Westview brings it across the timeline with pretty much ease. Wade Springer with the inlet pass from Brady now out front. Jethro drives. He'll put it up on the runner. No good. Gets his own rebound. Dishes it off to Wiley Minix underneath, and they'll bring it back out front now. Wiley back with the basketball. He'll give it to Jethro on the left wing. Jethro way out front to Wade Springer now in the middle of the court between the circles. Now he backs up and bounce passes it right side to Brady Yoder. Brady drives, puts it up, misses a shot, hit the backboard. Ben Kyle with a rebound. He'll bring it all the way down, puts it up off the glass, can't get it to go. Knocked out of the hands of Jethro Hostetler into the hands of Tommy Curtis way out front for Lakeland. 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score. Ben Kyle with it. He'll hand it off now. With the basketball is Nate Kyle. Brady Yoder on him. Brady knocks it loose. Loose on the floor. Now we have looks like a fumble on a football field. And we've got a held ball. And it's going to be the possession arrow will stay with Lakeland.
Yeah, I think we had 6 guys on the floor.
Yeah, I think we did 6 out of the 10 out there.
One of those where you sort of consider it a half a turnover.
There you go. Ben Kyle, hands off underneath, shots up off the glass in the first points of the ball game, scored by Zeke Wackman, a 6'3 senior for Lakeland. Wiley Minix trying to break that pressure. He gets it to Helmuth, now across the timeline to Springer. Springer goes to Brady Yoder. Brady holds out front. He's guarded by Ben Kyle. Now Springer gets the pass. He'll put it up from the high post right side. Misses a shot, but we have a foul underneath. Some contact made by number 23, Tommy Curtis.
Actually, he called it on Christian Troyer. Yeah, Wiley Minix went up for the rebound, and he went flying, so I think that was what the foul was.
Helmuth having trouble getting it in. He does finally to Minix on the right side. Wiley pulls it out front on the pass to Brady Yoder between the circles. Puts it on the floor a couple of times and goes to Springer. Now to Luke Helmuth, back to Brady. Takes it down the right side, down the baseline, puts up the runner, misses the shot, and the rebound's pulled down by Nate Kyle. He's going to bring it up himself all the way to the basket, tries to scoop it up, and it's deflected. No, actually it slipped out of his hands, goes out of bounds. It'll be Westview basketball. I thought that one, Dan, that we must have deflected, but evidently not.
I looked away, so I didn't even see it happen. So I just saw the ball hit the wall.
Yeah.
Way up high.
Westview a chance to tie or take the lead here as they once again break the pressure. Although Wade's having trouble getting it up the court, but we have a reach-in foul, and it's going to go against Lakeland.
Ben Kyle gets called for that one. Owen Brill comes in for Luke Helmuth.
2 team fouls now on Lakeland. Westview yet to pick up a foul. Inbound pass, Brady Yoder. He'll get it to Jethro. Now left side to Springer in the corner. Up top, Wiley will pop a 3. Short. Rebound, Nate Kyle. Kyle in the corner to Christian Troyer. Takes it down the baseline, puts up a 10-footer. No good. Gets his own rebound. Dishes it outside to his brother Nate. Ball deflected, shot up in the air by Ben Kyle, short, and coming down to the rebound is Jethro Hostetler. He gets it to Brady, now to Wiley. He'll bring it up in a hurry. Goes right side, bounces down on the baseline. Now Springer goes to Brady, and his shot's rejected all the way to the other end. Shots missed, shot put up again on the rebound by Wackman, and he's fouled. Wackman will go to the free throw line, shooting 2. We're almost halfway through this quarter, Dan. We only have 2 points on the board.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. 4:26 to go and 2 points on the board.
Wackman bangs that one in. He has one more coming.
He has all the points in the game so far.
3-0 Lakeland. 4:26 to go in the first quarter. Misses that one, and Brady skies for the rebound. He'll walk it up. Passes to Springer across the timeline. Wade looks right, goes that way, and then comes back left. Now he goes right with it on the pass to Brady Yoder. Drives the baseline on that side, then dishes it across to Helmuth for three, and he hits.
Actually, that was Owen Brill.
Wow, Brill's in the ball game, and he hit.
It's tied us up.
I saw Brill hitting those shots in practice, and I thought, I hope that carries into the game. Well, so far it has. With the ball out front for Lakeland is Nate Kyle. In the corner now, Troyer, his shot's short. Tipped up, no good by Nate Kyle. And then a shot underneath taken by Ben Kyle, and he's fouled. 3-3 ball game, 3:37 to go now in the first quarter.
I showed Lakeland with 6 offensive boards already.
Yeah, they're killing us. And we're really matched up well with them as far as size is concerned, so that shouldn't really be a factor, but they are strong. Ben Kyle knocks in his first free throw. He'll get one more. Second shot's up, rattles out, no good. Jethro Hostettler with a rebound. He hands it off to Springer across the timeline to Owen Brill. Brill out front to Jethro. He'll go right side to Springer. Springer looking for help, gives it off to Brill. Feed inside to Springer. Now Jethro with a jumper. He misses a shot. Tipped out and chased down by Ben Kyle, and back come the Lakers. Kyle takes it all the way to the basket, but they're going to call Jethro Hostettler for the foul, and another 2-shot foul coming for Lakeland.
I show us 1 for 8 from the field right now.
Had this shot by Brill go, but yeah, we've missed a lot of shots.
Lakeland is also 1 for 8, but they've been to the free throw line a couple times, so they have 3 points from the free throw line.
Ben Kyle hits his first free throw. He'll get one more. Keanu Rowe in the ball game for the first time tonight. And Kyle hits them both this time. Arroyo, a 5'8" freshman. Springer with the ball, working against Arroyo. He'll get it to Brady Yoder.
And they do have Ben Kyle on him, which is what Coach Pribble was expecting.
Pass inside by Brady, and shot by Brill is rejected, but bouncing it on the baseline was Watman after he batted it away, and so it'll stay in the possession of Westview. Lob pass comes into Brady right at the free throw line, and he puts in the fall-away jumper. So Westview down 1 now, 6-5. Driving it into the lane, shot is up on a twisting shot by Christian Troyer, no good, and Brady Yoder grabs a rebound. Bounce pass to Wiley Minix, to Jethro, back to Brady Yoder. He takes it into the lane, and it's rejected again. This time we have a breakaway for Christian Troyer. He'll put it up off the glass and got it. And as Coach Pribble mentioned in that interview as well, Lakeland likes to get it up in a hurry, and boy, they've shown that.
And they've had, was that at least 3 blocks now?
Yeah.
So they're getting up in the air.
They have one guy that's 6'3", that Walkman, but boy, he's been a force so far.
Foul's going to be called on Christian Troyer. His second 3 on the Lakers. Helmuth back in, comes in for Springer. Another freshman comes in, Keegan Merrifield for Lakeland.
So now we have 2 freshmen on the court. Keegan is 6'3" freshman, so he's got some size on him too.
Christian Troyer comes out with those 2 fouls, and Tommy Curtis back in.
A lot of the Lakers are muscular, and a lot of those guys were on the football team, so that kind of makes sense. Arroyo really putting the pressure on, but hey, getting it away to Brady under the basket, and Brady puts it up and in.
Almost swatted again, but he got it in.
Very close. With the ball is Tommy Curtis, and he put it up and in. Curtis's first 2 of the night. 10-7 now. Lakeland goes up by 3. And we have a whistle, and a foul's going to be called on a reach-in.
Okay, it's going to be called on Nate Kyle, his first. 4 on the Lakers.
Brady Yoder inbounding right at the midcourt stripe. Bringing it up is Luke Helmuth. Helmuth tries to hit Wiley on the back door, cutting toward the basket, but it was too far in front of him, goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover on Westview. Keanaro inbounding. Gets it into Nate Kyle, and Kyle will walk it up. He goes right side with it to his brother, Ben Kyle. Ben back out front, it'll come to Keanaro. Driving is Tommy Curtis into the paint, scoops it up off the glass and got it.
Done that twice now.
Curtis not that tall at 5'9", but he's very muscular and is able to work his way in there.
And gets himself open inside.
Brill backdoors it this time to Luke Helmuth. Good job by the Warriors as Luke bangs it in off the glass. 12-9, the Warriors within 3. 38 seconds to go in the first quarter now. Pretty quick first quarter. With it out front is Tommy Curtis. Curtis between the circles. Lakeland obviously will go for the last shot here, or try to. Arroyo gives it off the right side. It'll go to Ben Kyle, and there's a foul on Westview.
Brady was trying to pick off that pass. If he could have gotten it, he would have had a wide open lane all the way to the bucket at the other end. But
inbounding will be Kyle, Ben Kyle that is, and Tommy Curtis gets the inbound pass. He'll recross the timeline. Bounce pass left side to Arroyo. Now to go right to Curtis. Curtis down the baseline, has nowhere to go. And go to Arroyo for 3, and it's short. Batted around, and the shot's up at the buzzer, no good. And we come to an end of the first quarter of play here at Lakeland High School.
He called a foul.
Oh, wow, right at the buzzer.
There was a foul.
Yeah, he got hit pretty hard as he was going up for the shot, but I thought maybe the
two of the
time
officials
had expired.
Two of the officials were calling it off. I mean, saying time had expired, but the official right there by it had called it immediately.
So Merrifield, one of the freshmen out there, is at the free throw line. He hits his first, and he'll get one more, and he switches them both. So a break for the Lakers right at the buzzer, and it gives them 2 more points on the scoreboard and gives them a 5-point lead going back to the huddle. 14-9 after 1. We'll be back with quarter number 2 right after this 60-second timeout. We're back getting set for quarter number 2 here at Lakeland. Westview will inbound to begin the quarter, down 5, 14-9.
Yeah, Lakeland's outscored us by 6 from the free throw line. They're 6 of 8. We haven't made it there yet.
That's right. We haven't shot any free throws at this point in that first quarter. Camden Yoder is checked in to begin the quarter. Owen Brill on the court. Camden with the ball in his hands right now. Brady Yoder now has it. Looks for help, gives it to Owen Brill. Left side, it'll come to Jethro Hostetler. He'll pull it out front of the pass to Camden Yoder. Now right side to Springer. to Owen Brill. Now Brady will pop a three. It's off the back of the rim, no good, and pulling it down is Tommy Curtis. Bounce passes it underneath to the big guy. Looked like he traveled. No call. The shot's missed anyway, and Camden Yoder comes up with the rebound. To Brady Yoder. Quickly to Brill on the baseline, down low. Now he'll give it to Jethro, cutting into the lane. No, it won't go. Shot off the back of the rim. Tommy Curtis pulls down the rebound. Left side pass to Arroyo. Now right side to Ben Kyle. Kyle being hawked on defense by Wade Springer. Up top to Tommy Curtis between the circles. He'll go left side to Arroyo. Down on the baseline. Ball bounced off the foot of Walkman and out of bounds. That'll be Westview ball. So we're getting some breaks on turnovers.
Yeah, I think if he wouldn't have shook his head and started walking away, the officials weren't quite sure which way to call it.
He gave it away.
Yeah, he knew he'd lost it, but I don't think if he'd have done that, they might have given it back to him.
Jethro and Wade break the pressure to Owen Brill on the left side, now to Springer. Springer back to Brill in the corner left side. He takes it into the lane, then a pass to Camden for three, and he hits! Camden Yoder, his first point since game one. And a three-pointer. He had three three-pointers against Bethany, right, Dan?
Yeah, he was 3 for 3 from three. It's hard to say.
3 for 3 from three. Ball through the hands of Arroyo underneath the basket and goes out of bounds on a pass from Curtis, so it'll be a turnover on Lakeland, and now Westview a chance to tie or take the lead with a three. Inbounding will be Wiley Minix. Gets it into Springer. Good ball handling to get it across the timeline. And he's bumped and fouled after he crosses.
Call it on Tommy Curtis. That'll be his first 5 on the Lakeland Lakers.
Jethro Hostetler will inbound.
Another freshman checks in for Lakeland. Kyle Hartsaw, 5'7" freshman. And back in as well is Nate Kyle. Brady comes in for Owen Brill. I didn't even realize Brady'd gone out.
Just for a few seconds. Well, I guess more than that because I don't. Well, did he start the second quarter? I think he did.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Brady has the ball top of the key. Pulls it off to the left wing and then goes right side with it to Springer. Springer goes to Brady. Left side, drives it. Pushes it off to Jethro Hostetler for three from the right side. So Westview with the lead at 15-14. 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
That's our first lead of the night. We tied it at 3, but otherwise been trailing.
Pass underneath. No good on the short shot by Kyle, but Lakeland still has the basketball on the offensive rebound.
Kyle just knocked it back out.
Christian Troyer gets it out front. It will go to Zeke Watman, who's come way out top. Now they'll give it to Kyle Hartzell. Kyle goes right with it into the hands of Watman. Now in the corner, shot by Troyer is no good. In and out and chased down by Camden Yoder, and a timeout is called quickly by Coach Pribble as Camden was in a bit of trouble down there. 4:51 to go. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Just breaking out of the huddle right as we come back. Well, at least Lakeland did. Westview's taking a little bit of time here. 4:51 on the Lakeland clock, 15-14, Westview by 1.
Yeah, we were down 9-14 at the end of the quarter. We've scored 2 threes. Lakeland yet to score here in the second quarter.
Minix looking to inbound underneath the Lakeland basket. Gets it into Wade Springer. Now to Brady Yoder. Brady working against Ben Kyle across the timeline. Tries to go one-on-one and goes left to Camden for another three, and Camden hits again.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Well, I think Coach Pribble is going to use matchups, and he feels like he's got a good matchup tonight with Camden out there, and so far it's worked out.
Kyle got a foul called towards him, and I thought at first he was trying to say he was shooting. And he's like,
he's calling a play, I bet.
Yeah, I think so too. At first I thought he was saying he was shooting, but he's like, well, he kicked it back out to someone else. That certainly wasn't a shot. But
Kyle's shot from the corner is good. At Ben Kyle, his first three and the first Laker three of the night. So that pulls them back within one now at 18-17, despite all the threes we've had. Jethro and Camden, two of them, and Jethro drives, and we have a foul. Basket doesn't go, but that will send Jethro Hostetler to the free throw line shooting a pair.
Kyle Hartsaw called for that foul. So this will be our first attempt from the line this evening.
Jethro with a three earlier in the quarter. Gets the free throw, nothing but net. Then he'll get one more.
So our leading scorer right now is Camden Yoder with those 2 threes.
Off the bench. And he didn't play at all in the first quarter, right?
Correct.
Came in, yeah.
And in fact, he didn't play at all last game against Angola. We only played 6 guys.
Second shot rolls around and in for Jethro. 20-17, Westview up 3 now. Inside 4 minutes to go in the first half. Driving into the paint is Troyer, and he'll get it out front. Shot is up and good from long range by Nate Kyle this time. So the Kyle brothers back-to-back threes, and that ties it at 20. Brady gets in the air with a pass to Brill, and now Brady with a three. Oh, it's halfway down and came out. Rebound yanked down by Nate Kyle, or rather Troyer, I believe. Brady steals that basketball. Good athleticism there. He'll give it to Camden. Camden takes it all the way down. Gets in trouble. Gives it to Brill. Brill gives it to Wiley for three. His shot short. And the rebound once again is picked up by Christian Troyer. He'll get it ahead to Kyle. Nate Kyle. Long three by Arroyo. And he got his foot stepped on, it looked like. Limping back up the court as Wiley Minix comes up with it to Owen Brill. Brill to Jethro. Jethro right side to Camden Yoder. Back to Brady out front. Brady being hawked out there by Watman. He'll drive it all the way to the hole, and we have a blocking foul called on Lakeland.
That had to be awfully close.
It sure did.
Brady came flying in there.
Arroyo really got hit hard. He's a little guy. He's a freshman, 5'8". And it did look like good defensive position up here, and I think the Lakeland fans.
The official saying he wasn't squared up, explaining it to Coach Kyle. And I guess he might not have been squared up.
Yeah. Good point. The referee was right there. Brady's shot is up and good. First free throw of the night for Brady. He now has 5. One more, 2:50 to go first half. Westview up by 1, and now 2 as Brady hits them both.
Certainly, if you can hit all your free throws, that helps a lot. I think that's how the Lady Lakers won this evening. They were 8 for 8 from the line tonight, I think.
I see that Hartsow that was playing, her sister played a few years ago, maybe even last year, but boy, she had a great ball game.
I wonder if this Hartsaw that's playing for the boys is also part of that family, maybe?
Could very well be.
Tommy Curtis over the top.
They're going to call it on Westview.
Oh, what?
Wow.
They're saying he backed up into him?
Coach Pribble is not agreeing with that call
Camden was there for the rebound. Tommy Curtis took it over the top of him, and they think they called Camden for the foul.
Coach Pribble came up off the bench and wanted an explanation, and he got it. And he shook his head. Well, okay. But, yeah.
Curtis, that was his 5th rebound.
Like I said, he's not tall, but boy, he's big and he can muscle his way in there. Tommy Curtis hits his free throw now. Pulls Lakeland within one at 22-21. 2:37 to go first half.
Lakers 7 of 9 from the free throw line so far tonight. Westview 4 for 4.
Second shot is good by Curtis. All tied up at 22.
6 for Curtis.
Jethro Hosteller bringing it up for Westview to Brill. Brill posted up high on the left side. Out front to Brady. Drive, stops up, and backs off on the free throw line and puts up the fall away and got it.
That's got to be tough to try to guard that when he's doing that.
Shot inside on the twisting move. Good shot by Curtis. And we're tied again, 24-24. Brady, another fall away. This time it hits it off the back of the iron, no good, and a rebound yanked down by Ben Kyle. Kyle brings it across. He drives on Brady, and Brady has the ball held, but he also got part of his forearm, so he'll be whistled for his second foul.
That'll put Kyle at the line to shoot a couple. I think they're going to say it. Yeah, they're saying it was on the shot.
Ben Kyle, the senior. He has 6. Is that right?
Yeah, 3 free throws and a 3.
And now 4 free throws and a 3.
They've regained the lead. We'd moved ahead of them with our first 2 threes in this quarter, and it held the lead most of the quarter, but with 1:46 to go, Lakeland's taken it back by 1.
Missed that time. Into the ball game, or no, shot by Kyle, Ben Kyle, and the rebound's no good, but another offensive rebound. Levi Cook, another freshman, is checked in. A shot inside by Kyle is good. Ben Kyle with the drive. So that puts Lakeland up 3 now at 27-24. Timeout called by Coach Pribble. 1:24 to go in the first half. Lakeland 27, Westview 24. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Jerry Hosteller with Dan Byler back with you at Lakeland High School after the timeout by Coach Pribble. And we'll resume action now with the basketball is Westview. And Dan, kind of the game that we expected, a good tight ball game.
It is, and yeah, this quarter started with a bunch of threes, so we hit 3 to start the quarter, then they hit 1, we hit a couple free throws, and then they hit another one.
Been pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
Jethro gets it into Owen Brill. Brill, Jethro, Brady Yoder, Wiley Minix, and Camden Yoder on the court for Westview. Driving is Jethro, and he throws it in kind of to nobody, and now we have a tie-up. And the ball will go to Lakeland on the alternating possession.
Sort of got caught in there, didn't really have anywhere to go. Tried to pass it to the center of the lane.
Yeah, just kind of there, and there was a bunch of white uniforms.
They're wanting to help hold the ball. So
yes.
So we got Arroyo back in for Lakeland.
Out was Keegan Merrifield, freshman for freshman. And walking it up will be Ben Kyle with 62 seconds on the clock in the first half. See if we have a timeout called by Lakeland. Set something up here. Probably try to kill the clock here in the first half. Inside a minute, 56.8 to go. We'll keep it right here. It's going to be a short timeout.
So yeah, right now the big difference in the game, Jerry, is the rebounds. I had Lakeland down for 14 rebounds. Of course, 7 of those were offensive boards, so it means they're not shooting very well. but they're getting all the rebounds. We had two offensive boards, but they had a 14-6 rebounding advantage in the first quarter. Right now, I show us with a 2, 4, 6, 8, and they're ahead 9-3 in the second quarter. So 23-9 rebounding advantage Lakeland. And that's huge. They have 4 turnovers on Lakeland, 1 on Westview, but boy, that's a lot of rebounds to make up for.
Yeah, we gotta block them out. Like I said, they've got a lot of guys built like football players, not tall, but just muscular. And we got to make the adjustment. Arroyo, number 10, with the ball out front. He gives it to Ben Kyle now. Kyle back to Arroyo. They'll try to kill the clock here. Inside, Cook. Now Curtis has the ball stripped away by Owen Brill. A break for the Warriors. Wiley Minix now will bring it up for Westview. He tries to drive on one of those freshmen, Cook. Now to Camden Yoder. He'll go right side to Brady for 3, and he got it. First 3 of the night for Brady Yoder. And we're tied at 27.
10 seconds.
Lakeland with the ball out front. Arroyo with 5. Ball stolen by Camden. Struggling for it. A shot at the buzzer almost went in. Nate Kyle muscled it out of Camden's arms and just threw it toward the basket, and it almost banked in.
I think Camden was still holding on to it as he shot it, or threw it, or whatever you want to call that.
I kept waiting for the whistle to blow for a held ball.
I assumed they would too, but
never happened. So we played 16 minutes of basketball already from Lakeland in this boys game, and we're all tied up at 27-27. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout, and Dan will be back with halftime stats right after this 2-minute timeout. Back at Lakeland, we're at halftime of the boys game tonight. Westview and Lakeland all tied up at 27. And let's take a look at the scoring for tonight's game. First of all, the scoring by quarters. Westview trailed at the end of the first quarter by a score of 14-9. And then in that second quarter, Westview outscored Lakeland 18-13, which brings us to a tie at halftime at 27. Individual scoring, first of all, for Westview. Jethro Hostetler with a 3 and 2 free throws for 5 points. Brady Yoder also had 1 3, 3 regular field goals, and 2 free throws for 11 points, and he leads his team in the scoring department. Camden Yoder, 6 points on 2 threes off the bench. Luke Helmuth with a regular field goal for 2 points. Owen Brill also with a 3-pointer. And that rounds out the scoring for the Warriors.
So
for the Lakeland Lakers.
Yeah, sorry. Doing stats here. I thought you were done.
Just
going.
about.
Just
about.
Keep going.
All right. Leading Lakeland in scoring is Ben Kyle, a 6'1 senior. He had a 3 and 1, 2, and 4 from the free throw line for 9. Christian Troyer had 2 points on a field goal. Keegan Merrifield, a freshman, with 2 points coming from the free throw line. And that was after time had expired at the end of the first quarter, and he was all alone out there, but he switched them both. Tommy Curtis, a 5'9 senior, with 8 points, 3 regular field goals and 2 free throws. Nate Kyle with a 3-pointer for his 3 points, and Zeke Wachman, their big man, so to say, 6'3 senior, had a regular field goal and a free throw. So that rounds out the scoring for Lakeland. Now, Dan, I'll turn it over to you for all the stats.
Well, we had a hard time anybody scoring to start the game. They scored with about 2 minutes into the game when Lakeland first scored. We didn't score until halfway through that first quarter, and we hit a 3 there to start things off. That was Owen Brill came in off the bench to score that. We're 5 of 10 from 3-point range, so 50% from 3-point range. Inside the arc, we're 4 of 12. 33%.
And the thing of it is, it was our bench that kind of sparked. The
spark
there because Brill came in and hit a 3, and then Camden came in and hit 2.
Yeah, and actually, those are the only 3s they've attempted between them. So they're 3 for 3. The rest of the team is 2 for 7. And 2 for 7 is where Lakeland is from 3-point range. So they're shooting 28%. Neither team shooting all that well. The Lakers overall. They're 35% inside the arc and 28% outside. So, and it comes out to about 29% from the field overall. We're at 41%. So, we're actually shooting better from 3-point range than we are anywhere else.
Wow.
We have 7 defensive boards, only 2 offensive boards. One of those a team board when 2 Lakers were fighting for it and went out of bounds. But the Lakers on the other side are pulling down all kinds of boards. They've got 10 offensive boards, 13 defensive, so 23-9 rebounding advantage to the Lakers. 5 turnovers on the Lakers, and I just show 1 against Westview. So Westview is 4 for 4 from the line. We've only been there 4 times. They are 9 of 12, so there's a 5-point swing right there. So we've definitely made most of our points from 3-point range.
Yeah.
15 out of our 27. So over half our points come from 3-point range.
Well, that in the key for Lakeland has been they're crashing the boards. And granted, they've missed a lot of shots, like you said. And there was quite a few turnovers that they committed to.
Yeah, and the one thing, the stat we didn't keep, but I mean, early on in the game, Lakeland had 3 block shots. And I don't know that there were so many after that, but I think we kept going inside thinking we were going to get a shot off and get it swatted. So either 3 or 4 in that, like the first half of the first quarter that got rejected.
Guys come out here and they see, oh, yeah, we could get these guys underneath because they're not as big as Angola and some of the other teams that we played, Northwood, Northridge, any other team. But, yeah, it didn't work.
So certainly we hitting 4 threes in the second quarter is what got us our first lead at the 5:32 mark in the second period. And then we were leading or tied for most of the second quarter, Lakeland had taken the lead back at one point when they hit a couple buckets in a row. So they were up 27-24, and then we hit another 3 to finish things off. But yeah, it's definitely been the 3 is what's kept us in it. Not a lot of shots being taken by anyone other than Brady right now. So he's out there working like crazy to get free. Yeah, Ben Kyle's on him.
Kind of the game we expected. Very close, tightly contested game up to this point, and I look for it to carry into the second half. I don't think either team's going to run away with this tonight, so it should be exciting all the way down to the wire in our last game before Christmas.
Well, and you were saying before the game, weren't you saying that you had read somewhere that when's the last time that Lakeland beat us?
Oh, 2009. Yeah.
Now last year also, last year we beat them in overtime in the conference tournament, but my goodness, yeah, we're certainly going to have to be doing our best to avoid an end to that.
Well, in the
run.
Recent history, we've dominated the series. 34 wins for Westview and just 14 for Lakeland. But yeah, that surprised me when we were talking about that at the beginning of the game, and it was 2009. It was the last time Lakeland beat Westview. So we'll see what transpires here tonight. It's up for grabs at 27-27, and we'll take one more 30-second timeout, and then we'll be back with the second half of this ball game right after this timeout. We're back at Lakeland, getting set for second half action. Lakeland's out of their huddle. Westview still talking things over with Coach Pribble, and I would imagine one of the biggest topics of conversation was keeping Lakeland off the boards.
Yeah,
in that locker room.
If they're doing their stats, that's something I'd be a little concerned about,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. See what kind of adjustments the Warriors make.
The Westview ball to start the second half.
Wade Springer saunters over to the half-court stripe, and he'll be inbounding for Westview. And that guy's been busy tonight. That one referee hauled the balls off the court. Now he's doing some cleanup
mopping.
duty. Yeah.
So it's over there along the side. I don't know if somebody in the crowd spilled something there or what. But
He must have spilled something. So the custodial duties are done, and we're ready to begin the second half.
and both teams back to their original starting lineups.
Wade inbounds to Brady, crosses the timeline. Warriors working to our basket to the right. Ball knocked away. Brady's going to chase it down in the backcourt, grabs it. Now it's 4-on-5. Now the Lakeland player hustles back. Jethro Hostetler. Luke Helmuth with it, way out front. He'll go right side to Jethro. Jethro to Wiley, top of the circle. He'll swing it over to Brady. Westview showing some patience here on offense. Wade Springer now high on the right wing. Pulls it on the pass out to Wade Springer. Now to Luke Helmuth on the right wing, or left wing. Right wing pass comes to Wade Springer now. To Brady. Just about a minute gone by in the first quarter. Westview really working for that high percentage shot here. Brady up top, tries to drive, does down to the baseline, but then gives it up to Wade Springer out front. Left side of Brady. Takes it into the lane. The jumper from 10 hits off the back of the rim. Tipped out by Wiley Minix, and chasing it down is Jethro Hostetler. Driving underneath, Brady tried to feed it to Luke cutting toward the basket, but when it went through his hands and out of bounds.
So Wiley Minnick's taking a page out of Ben Kyle's book and just knock the rebound out if you can't grab it.
That's right. So now Lakeland a chance to take the lead with their first possession of the second half. Ben Kyle, a pass inside from Curtis, and he puts it up strong right in front of the basket and gets it to go. Wiley Minnick brings it all the way down, loses a handle, and it hits the baseline, and it'll be a turnover on Westview.
2 quick turnovers here on Westview in the second half.
Lakeland cashed in on the first turnover. Let's see if they will here on turnover number 2. 29-27. 6:10 to go in the third quarter. With the ball out front is Watman. He'll go in the corner left side to Troyer. Troyer looks out front. Now the quick shot is taken from three-point land by Nate Kyle. No good, but another offensive rebound put back by Ben Kyle. Boy, they're still killing us on those boards. Brady Yoder brings it across the timeline. He's being guarded by Watman. Takes it in. Fall away jumper is good. (31-29). Westview down 2. Lakeland with the ball. With the ball, Curtis. Tommy Curtis hands it off out front to Nate Kyle. Now to Carlson. He'll put it up, misses shot, and I should say Troyer, and puts it back in. Tristan Troyer with his 4th point of the night. Lakeland up 4, 33-29. Jethro Hostetler, right wing, takes it into the paint, forces it up, misses a shot, but he's fouled, and he'll be shooting 2 from the charity stripe.
Okay, it's going to be called on Nate Kyle. That'll be his second, first on the Lakers for the half.
Jethro is 2 for 2 from the line.
He is. 5 points so far this evening for him.
Misses that one. I shouldn't have said anything.
Jinxed him.
I guess. He has one more.
He missed his last one now. Is that an unjinx?
Right.
See if that works.
Yep. He swishes that one. 6 now for Jethro. 33-30. Westview pulls back within 3 now. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. With the ball, right side is Troyer. Drives it all the way to the hoop, puts it up with the left hand off the glass and good.
That spin move that Tommy Curtis was using to get inside. Yeah, Troyer's figured out that works well.
Brady Yoder gets it to Jethro, now to Wade Springer. The free throw line gives to Wiley Minnick, and he finally hits the shot. Wiley, his first points of the game. And that's a win for Lakeland, keeping him silent up until now. 35-32, Lakeland by 3, and they have the basketball. Quick pass inside, good anticipation and steal by Wade Springer to Brady. He'll put it up, looked like he was fouled, no call. Tommy Curtis pulls down a rebound. He's going to take it coast to coast, and we have an offensive foul. Curtis lowered that shoulder and leveled Luke Helmuth. Good defense by Luke. So now Westview a chance to tie it with a 3, down 35-32. 4:03 to go, third quarter. Coach Kyle up off the bench discussing that last call with the official, but I think it was a good one. Wade Springer drives around Ben Kyle, goes right side, wide open was Jethro. He'll take it further in for a higher percentage shot and hits.
He's left wide open, so I said, all right, I'll step up a little bit here.
Warriors have pulled now back within 1, 35-34. Ben Kyle to Troyer off the baseline. His short jumper is good. Timeout called by Lakeland as they go up 3, 37-34, 3:38 to go in the third quarter. We'll be back in 60 seconds. 37-34, Lakeland with the lead over Westview. 3:38 to go in the third quarter. Westview will be inbounding underneath the Lakeland basket, and Lakeland's going to put some pressure on full court here.
Ben Kyle out right now. I wonder if part of that whole strategy was to get some relief for him.
That could very well be. Well, knocked out of bounds by Lakeland on the press. Westview will try to inbound right in front of the Lakeland bench. Dan?
Yeah, I was just going to say they call the timeout and then still give him a little bit of a break past that. There we go. That's what we wanted.
Wide open Jethro, but it's blocked by Troyers. He came flying in there. We broke the press, and found Jethro wide open underneath, but Troyer hustling back.
Say, Arroyo had his hand completely under the ball and then put it back down on his dribble.
Yeah, they're being a little bit more lenient on that, but not that lenient.
Yeah.
Now Wade Springer brings it in to Luke Helmuth. Crosses the timeline, looks right side, goes that way on a pass to Wade Springer. Springer looks inside, can't find anybody. He'll go to Wiley Minnick's left side. Now in front of Jethro. They'll swing it all the way around to Wade right side. Now Wiley with a three, and he hits. He's starting to heat it up a little bit. His first three of the night. And we're all tied up at 37-37. Troyer controls left side. Drives on Jethro. Then hands it off to Nate Kyle. He'll pop a three and miss. Kind of a rush shot there. Brady brings it all the way down, coast to coast, puts it up, can't get it to go. Cook, the freshman, with a rebound. He'll give it to another freshman, Kian Arroyo. Brings it across the timeline, looks right, on the bounce pass, goes to Cook, tries to save it in bounds, does, right into the hands of Luke Helmuth. To Brady. Brady fakes, tries to get it underneath, saved in bounds, hit the underside of the Westview basket on the attempted save, but it's right into the hands of the Lakeland Lakers. Kian Arroyo bounce passes it to Nate Kyle. He goes inside to Christian Troyer. Lakeland swings it back to Arroyo. Bounce pass underneath Troyer. Strong shot, misses, gets his own rebound, puts it up again, misses, and this time Luke Helmuth grabs a rebound. So a couple of more offensive rebounds for Lakeland there, but they couldn't cash in on it. Underneath, Springer finally gets one in without Lakeland blocking it.
It came awfully close again, though.
He did. Man, that was within a whisker. 39-37, Westview back up 2. 1:09 to go, third quarter. Bounce pass underneath to Nate Kyle. And we have a whistle, and a foul's going to be called on Wiley.
Oh, okay. I thought they were just going to. Okay. So Wade's going to pick that up.
Oh, Wade, not Wiley. Brady will get a rest for a couple seconds at least. Well, they'll probably leave him out the full rest of the quarter here. We're only 63 seconds from the end of the third quarter, that is. Ben Kyle with the ball, drives it, puts the ball up, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lakeland over Westview basketball. It could have been an offensive foul, and now
there was a lot of contact underneath. Feels like maybe they should have called something one way or the other.
Wade Springer is face down. Now he's getting up slowly. Yeah, there was some heavy contact underneath. He got leveled. He gets up slowly. And Wade's going to come out of the ball game. Looks like he'll be okay. He just needs to shake it off a little bit. And Owen Brill has come back into the ball game for him.
Well, right now, we only got 4 guys on the floor.
Owen was in there, that's right. So, Brady didn't get much of a break.
So, yeah, ended up being a turnover there on Lakeland. They spun into traffic there. It's a tough one to call.
Minix gets it into Brady. Brady directing traffic as they try to get it up. He'll get it to Luke Helmuth. Luke will drive it, give it off to Brill, and he can't get it underneath. Ben Kyle grabs a rebound. He'll go up with a shot. and falls to the court. I think he was trying to pick up the foul or draw the foul.
It's getting really rough.
It is getting rough. Ball goes off. Last touch by Luke Elmuth underneath the Lakeland basket. It's going to be, no, it's going to be Westview ball. It
I was
is
going to say
overturned.
I think that's the right call for that part. There could have been a couple fouls each way there, I think.
Right.
I think they need to, they're losing control a little bit here,
Yeah,
I'm
they
afraid.
are. They're kind of letting them play, and I think that's kind of dangerous because it's getting to the point where it needs to be reckoned with here. Luke Helmuth, and now we've got a tie-up, and the Lakeland player really wanted to get in there and grab it. Zeke Wachman tried to yank it away.
It's his first. Is that only the first against them? No, that's the third against them.
3 team fouls on Lakeland, 1 on Westview, and now we have a trip.
Kyle reached around the other side and tried to swat it. So he picks up his second.
Sportsmanship shown there by Lakeland as a couple of their players help Luke back up off the floor. We'll see what happens here. But, yeah, there's a lot of physicality going on out there. Brady brings it into Luke Helmuth with 15 seconds on the game clock in this third quarter. 39-37. Brady on the right side. He's going to go one-on-one inside and give off left side. Brill from the corner. Won't go. 2 seconds. Shot at the buzzer is not going to go. And we've played 3 here in a barn burner, to say the least, at Lakeland High School. 39-37 is our end of third quarter score. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this 60-second timeout. We're back at Lakeland High School. Great ball game here in LaGrange. Westview and Lakeland doing battle. 39-37. Westview with the slim lead of 2 points to begin the fourth quarter. What was the score of that girls' game earlier, Dan?
45-50.
So
Westview led almost the whole game, but ended up losing it at the end.
5-point loss for the Warriors. Lady Warriors, that is. Inside, Cook. Quick shot, misses. Rebound, Jethro Hostetler. He'll get it to Brady, and back come the Warriors, a chance to extend their lead. Takes it into the lane, then loses the handle. Picked up by Troyer. He'll bring it all the way down, put it up off the glass, and got it. Kristen Troyer now a double-digit scoring mark of 10. 39-39, we're all tied up. Brady Yoder drives the baseline, puts it up, and got it. Good quick first step for Brady. Driving Kyle, he'll give it to Cook. Levi Cook his first 2 tonight. And we're tied again, 41-41. Back comes Brady. Skips, and he once again gives up the basketball. Underneath Troyer, and it's out of his hands and out of bounds, a little bit overthrown on the fast break attempt, and so Westview will get it back. 1 minute gone now in the fourth quarter. All tied up at 41. One of the best basketball games between Lakeland and Westview for a long time. Well, we had one last year, I guess, on the 13th that went to overtime of January.
Doesn't get much closer than that.
Shot by Brady, and he's fouled beyond the three-point arc. He's going to get 3 free throws here. Basket was well short, but.
Well, it was called on Nate Kyle. I don't know if he tipped the ball and then ran into hit Brady as he came through, I think. Because, yeah, I don't see Brady missing that poorly otherwise. No, they're saying it might just. Oh, he's confirming who's shooting.
Brady misses his first free throw. Well, Levi Cook picked up the foul, his first. He's one of the freshmen. 2 more for Brady. 41-41. Brady hits his second.
Called that on Cook. I could have sworn that was Nate Kyle out there.
Second shot is good, or the third shot, I should say. 43-41. Ben Kyle gives off right side to Nate Kyle. Inside to Ben, and we have a whistle and a foul on Westview before the shot goes up.
I wonder if they're going to be a little quicker to call the fouls.
Yeah, it seems that way so far in this quarter.
Is that Owen Brill they call that on?
Yes, that'd be his first. Ben Kyle bounce passes it inside to Nate Kyle. Now to Troyer, and he loses a handle, but now they're going to call a foul on Westview.
Yeah, it's going to be on Brill again.
So 2 quick fouls on Owen. Curtis back in. He's a real banger in there. Cook comes out. Curtis goes left side. Ben Kyle left wide open in the corner. Misses the 3. And now we have a whistle, and a foul's going to be called on Wiley Minix.
No, I think it's Walkman.
Yep.
He went over Wiley's back.
Well, that's what I thought. And
feels like they're blowing those whistles real quick right now. I think
they are.
They want to get things back under control.
No doubt about it. You can tell there was something. They were discussing that during the break between the quarters. 43-41, Westview by 2. Out front, Brady pulls up, picks up his dribble, gives to Jethro. Now right side in the corner to Wade Springer, or rather Wiley Minix. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Westview, they're saying. It looked like
it got knocked out of his hands.
Yeah. So Lakeland has it and a chance to tie or take the lead. Inside 6 minutes to go now in the ball game. 2-point ball game right now. 43-41 Westview. Troyer in the corner. Now to Kyle underneath. Tries to get it across the lane to his brother Nate Kyle, and deflected out of bounds. It'll stay in the hands of Lakeland as they'll inbound to the right of their own basket underneath. Inbounding will be Ben Kyle. He'll lob it way out front to Watman. Now to Nate Kyle to Ben Kyle. Ben Kyle spins in the lane, puts it up, and got it.
All right, just bowling your way in there. He did it. Just stuck with it.
15 now for Ben Kyle. And we're tied again, 43-43. Way out front is Luke Helmuth. He'll bounce pass it to Brady Yoder. Brady off the baseline. Jumper won't go. Tipped around, grabbed by Wiley Minix. Can't find a shot, and he's fouled from behind by Troyer. Third foul on Troyer. Westview will be inbounding.
That's the 7th team foul, so he'll be.
Oh, shooter. Yep. 3 on Westview. 1-1 for Wiley, who's been held at 3 and a 2 tonight so far. First appearance at the free throw line, and he hits. 44-43, Westview up 1. Wiley, one more free throw coming his way. Shots in the air and good by Wiley. 2-point lead for Westview. 4:57 to go in the ball game. With the ball right side is Watman. Picks up his dribble. He's being guarded by Minix. Now Curtis with it right side. He'll pull it back out on the wing and then swing it all the way out front. Left side to Ben Kyle. Ben up front now, top of the circle. Pass inside goes over Curtis's head, not a bound. So an unforced error that time by Lakeland and a chance for Westview to extend their lead.
Curtis started going up for it, then he thought that's plenty high, so he pulled his hands back down thinking there was somebody behind him, and there wasn't.
There was no one back there. Out front, Luke Helmuth takes it right side, bounce passes it to Brady Yoder. Brady tries to get it into the lane. He's double teamed. The ball's picked away, but Brady gets it back to Wiley. No on the three-point shot. Lakeland pulls down the rebound. Nate Kyle with a quick shot, misses. Now to Ben Kyle on the rebound. He'll swing it up, miss a shot. And Westview with a rebound. Jethro Hostetler gets it to Brady Yoder. Brady bounce pass left side, almost got intercepted. Inside Brill, the wide open shot, can't get it to go. It's off the back of the rim. Rebound Nate Kyle, he'll take it down, put it up. His hits off the back of the rim, no good. Oh man, back we come the other way. Westview once again a chance to extend their lead. Now Coach Pribble wants to talk things over with his Warriors. Wow, 30-second timeout. Now we'll be back right after this 30-second timeout. We're back at Lakeland. 3:29 to go in this ball game. 45-43. Westview by 2.
Yeah, it's been it's been hard to do stats here, Jerry.
I'm
An
sure.
awful lot of back and forth, and I'm pretty sure I didn't get everything. It'll be close, but
That's all we ask. Inbounding will be Westview to the right of their own basket underneath. Luke Helmuth looking to trigger it in for the Warriors. Bounce passes it into Jethro Hostetler. He'll get it up top to Brady Yoder. Brady on the bounce pass to Luke. Same spot between the circles, and it's stripped away by Ben Kyle. Behind the back dribble, puts up the layup and got it. Key turnover on Westview as we're tied again. Wiley Minix, right side, gives out front to Jethro. He'll hand it off to Luke Helmuth. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. All tied at 45. Jethro, left side to Luke Helmuth. In the corner. Well, nope, he doesn't go that way. Looked at Owen Brill. Now I help Brill on the right side as he cut across the lane. Brill pulls up in the paint, then gives out to Jethro. Back to Luke, right side. Brill. Now in the corner left side, shot in the air, no good by Luke Helmuth, and we have the ball touched last by Westview. It'll be Lakeland basketball.
two guys ended up on the floor on their backs, and the ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like Brady came down pretty hard, but he doesn't look any worse for the wear. Back comes Lakeland now, trying to take the lead. 45-45, 2:20 to go in the ball game. Curtis pulls it left side on the pass to Nate Kyle. He'll go right side. We're going to have a stolen ball now as Jethro Hostetler grabs that errant pass that was saved into his hands. And now we have a whistle and a foul on Lakeland. A break for the Warriors.
It's going to be called a
Kyle, frustration foul.
Called on Christian Troyer, or no.
Nate Kyle.
Nate Kyle.
That's his third.
Yeah.
Jethro Hostetler at the line, shooting 1-1. And he'll get the bonus as he hits. gives Westview the 1 point lead at 46-45 with 2:09 to go. Second shot. Can't get it to go. The rebound, Ben Kyle. Westview by 1, 46-45. Lakeland with the basketball. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Christian Troyer goes left side. Now they'll dish it inside to Ben Kyle. He'll put up the reverse layup, and it falls off the front of the rim. No good, and the rebound's yanked by Jethro Hosteller. He'll give it to Brady. Brady pulls up in the lane. Puts it up. Got it. Westview up 3 now, 48-45 with 1:35 to go in the ball game. Ben Kyle, top of the circle, gives off to Arroyo. Arroyo hands off to Troyer, top of the circle. Picks up his dribble, and we have a whistle, and a timeout's going to be called by Coach Kyle of Lakeland with 1:22 to go in the ball game. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take a full timeout as well. Back in 60 seconds. (48-45) Westview leads it. Lakeland with the basketball. 1:22 on the clock. And that's the time left in this ball game. Lady Warriors lost earlier tonight to the Lady Lakers by a score 50-45. Westview's boys trying to pull out the win here against the Laker boys. Driving is Kyle, and he lays it in. That's Ben Kyle. 48-47, Westview with a 1 point lead, 64 seconds to go in the ball game. Brady Yoder out front. Spins and then pulls it back out. Now he'll drive again and pull it back out. Warriors trying to kill the clock here. Jethro Hosteller in the corner to Owen Brill. Brill to Jethro. Jethro being hawked. He'll give to Brady. Brady had the open shot, but he's not going to take that. With Westview with that lead. Wade Springer, Jethro Hosteller back to Brady. We're down to 30 seconds now to go. Ball knocked away. Brady having trouble, and we have a whistle and
that's a bad call.
Now
they knocked it back.
They're going to confer, and I think they're going to reverse it, and that's going to light up the Lakeland coach. No, it's going to be a turnover.
Word.
Going to be a turnover. Man alive. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
What a call. Lakeland will have it back with 27.8 seconds to go, and now Coach Tribble calls timeout. Wow. That could be a very key call in this ball game.
Certainly all kinds of contact there. Brady was trying to turn and all kinds of contact.
I'd
at
like
the very least, them
tape.
Swatting at the ball.
Right.
And for him to say he just threw it back there. Woo.
We'll have to check our video when we.
Yeah. Well, and interestingly, earlier tonight there was a huge call made during the girls' game where they called an intentional foul on one of our girls.
Right.
We were down 3. They called an intentional foul. They made both their free throws and got the ball back. So all of a sudden we were chasing 5, trying to finish out the ball game.
Yeah, the Laker girls didn't miss very many free throws at all tonight, did they?
No, I think they were 8 for 8.
Wow. Yeah, every time I looked up, they were hit.
Hartsaw was 6 for 6, and Rassler, I think, 2 for 2 for the girls.
Yep. That was a good ball game, though. Both games have been good tonight. Now it's getting down to the wire here. 27.8 seconds to go in the game. And Westview with the slimmest of leads, 48-47.
Tie ball situation. It'll be Westview ball.
Lakeland inbounding. And they get it left side of Arroyo with 20 seconds. Ben Kyle has it stripped away. Loose on the floor.
His foot went across the floor. That should be
that
over and back.
Oh, now they're going to say that Lakeland called the timeout.
He didn't even have the ball. He can't call a timeout.
Wow. And now Coach Pribble is talking it over with the referee at center court, trying to argue his point, which I think he's got a good point there. Coach Pribble is still talking it over.
I think he's saying he didn't have the ball. How can he call a timeout?
Now he's walking back to his team. 13.6 seconds to go. Lakeland, it wasn't that ended up, they called the timeout before anybody had possession though.
Well, I think the ball was loose. I think that's what the whole argument was.
Right.
Nobody had possession.
So they're saying that Lakeland retains possession now.
Yeah, the coach was calling a timeout, and they gave it to him, and I don't think anybody had the ball. So.
Well, the ball was rolling away.
But sometimes as the coach, if you just call that timeout with all the authority in the world, they okay.
Yeah.
They might call it without thinking. I don't know. Again, it's one of those. We'll have to take a look at it on the tape.
There you go.
So we will be uploading the video. They've asked us to wait 24 hours to do that, so the video of the game will be uploaded eventually.
Tommy Curtis inbounding to Troyer with 12.2. Ball knocked away again. This time, they don't know. The referees do not know whose ball it is. It's going to stay in the hands of Lakeland.
If they don't know, that needs to be a jump ball.
Well, that's what I thought.
He was looking at the other officials, and none of them saw it, so he finally made up his mind.
Lakeland with 8 seconds to go, and I don't even know whether they know it. Now, Brady fouls him.
Well, that might be a smart. Don't let him shoot.
Right.
That's only the 4th team foul. 5.9 seconds.
Only 5.9 left, so another timeout called by Lakeland. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here.
Well, there's certainly drama.
No doubt about that. 48-47, 5.9 seconds to go in the ball game. Westview with the lead.
So
Lakeland with the basketball.
Right now I'm showing, though, that we're actually out-rebounding them here in the 4th quarter.
Well, it's good to get that
5-3,
around.
but we're also turnovering them.
Yeah.
Made more turnovers, or had more turnovers called on us anyway. So, yeah, 5.9 seconds. We have 4 fouls. So, if we can keep them from getting a shot off, we actually have 2 more fouls. So certainly don't give them anything easy, but don't get called for an intentional foul, whatever you do.
That's true. Like you said, we saw that in the girls' game. So, looking to inbound is Tommy Curtis. He gets it into Kyle. He'll put up the 3 off the back of the rim. No good. 2 seconds, 1 second. The Warriors went up by 1.
Oh, they stopped the clock with 0.9 seconds.
There was a foul.
So Kyle missed it. Wade Springer got the rebound. And they called a foul.
So now Springer will go to the free throw line with 0.9 seconds to go in the ball game.
He does want the guys up there. Yeah, they're not going to have time to come down the floor. I don't think they can make a pass. They have to just shoot, right?
Right, and you don't. Well, no. They'd have to throw it all the way down, but you don't want to foul them either on that. That'd be a nightmare.
Yeah. So are they talking about putting time back on?
Maybe. I can't imagine, though, because
Well,
they only had a couple seconds.
Yeah, they're certainly, so far all the breaks here at the end have been gone Lakeland's way. 1.8. That could change things.
Yeah. So now that's twice as much time as it was on there before, right? 0.9 to 1.8.
Yeah.
But that still isn't very much, but.
Yeah. And it's still just a 1-and-1. That was the 9th team foul.
First shot by Springer is no good. Rebound Lakeland. The shot at the buzzer.
Oh my gosh! It went in and back out.
It almost went in. It hit
and back out. Oh my gosh!
Went in, came back out again.
Oh my gosh! That was a three-quarter court shot.
And we have two of the Lakeland players that are down on the court. They can't believe it. That was that close. What a ball game here at Lakeland. My goodness. 48-47, Westview holds on, but
I thought we were going to lose another one on a last-second shot, and this one from three-quarter court or further.
It hit the glass right in the window, right in the box.
And spun around the rim and back out.
Wow, what an ending to this ball game. Westview wins it 48-47. No, the history doesn't repeat itself from last Friday, and the Warriors will go off the court with a big win in the conference against Lakeland. Westview goes to 3-1 in the conference, and Lakeland drops to 2-2. And we'll be back. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with scoring and stats right after this 2-minute timeout.
And we're back at Lakeland High School. The Warrior boys pull off the closest of wins with a missed three-quarter court, or maybe a little further, three-point attempt by Ben Kyle at the end of the game after a missed free throw. Looking at individual scoring, Ben Kyle leading the Lakers with 19 points tonight. Had a three and several free throws. The rest of his points came from inside the arc. In fact, in the second half, the Lakers didn't hit any threes or any free throws. All their points came from as two-point shots. Other scoring for Lakeland, 10 points for Christian Troyer, the only other Laker in double figures. 8 points tonight for Tommy Curtis. He had all of those in the first half. 3 points for Nate Kyle. He hit a 3 in the second quarter. That was his only points tonight. 3 points for Zeke Walkman, who started in center. He had regular bucket and made 1 of 2 from the stripe in the first quarter. 2 points also for Levi Cook, a freshman, came in off the bench and he got hit. He was cutting towards the basket, and I think Ben Kyle fed him a nice little layup there. And Keegan Merrifield, also a freshman, had 2 points to round out the scoring for the Lakers. Westview led tonight by our leading scorer for the season. He's been averaging exactly 19 points a game. He had 19 points tonight, so him and Ben Kyle share high point honors this evening. He was the only one of the Warriors in double figures. Jethro Hostetler had a nice game, his second highest of his career. He had 9 tonight. He had 10 against Central Noble. 7 points this evening for Wiley Minix, well below his average of 13.3. Camden had a nice game. He only played in the second quarter. I think it's the only time he played, but he hit 2 threes while he was in there. He was 2 for 2. So 6 points for him. 3 points for Owen Brill. He scored our first points of the game tonight. He hit a 3-pointer to get us going, and that was at the halfway mark of the first quarter. And then 2 points for Wade Springer. He hit a 2 in the third quarter, and 2 points for Luke Helmuth, hit a 2 in the first quarter to round out the scoring. I do show the Lakers with a huge 36-17 rebounding advantage for the night. I show Westview with 9 turnovers, or actually 8 turnovers compared to 7, 10, 12 for the Lakers. We shot 10 of 14 from the stripe. They were 9 of 12, so pretty even in the number of attempts and numbers made. But interestingly enough, Jerry, here, the Lakers never made it to the free throw stripe in the second half.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, that made a big difference. And then probably the other the other thing that shows up how we ended up winning here, even with getting out rebounded and all that, is both teams attempted 14 3-point shots. We made 6, they made 2.
Yeah, makes a difference.
So, and then inside the arc, they were 15 of 32, so they shot almost 50% inside the arc. We were 10 of 23, also almost 50%. But I'd say probably that big difference is the what we made from 3-point range.
You know, we started out not shooting that many free throws. Wasn't that in the first
Correct,
half? We didn't hardly have any, and then, yeah.
Well, we had 4 attempts in the second quarter, and we made all 4 of them, so that was.
Yeah, as the first quarter, I guess we didn't shoot any. But what a ball game here tonight, huh? 48-47 was the final?
Yes, 48-47 in the C. So our next game coming up, was it January 6th?
3rd.
January 3rd against East Noble, down at East Noble. So we invite you to come on down to Kendallville to watch that. These guys are a lot of fun to watch this year. Also, to remind you that the alumni game, both the men's and the women's, we will be getting those up on YouTube hopefully tomorrow. The plan is at this point that we will make those a pay-per-view with all the funds for those pay-per-views to keep going to the fundraiser they had the other night for the Booster Club and the athletic department. So be looking for those. That was a lot of fun the other night. Tonight's game sponsor was Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana. Also, our pregame sponsor is, I just blanked out. I'm getting all worked up. J&R Solutions, high-speed internet, halftime sponsor all this year is Pizza Depot in Millersburg. This evening's game was also brought to you by Dale's Dependable Handyman Service, Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka, Stutzman Power Equipment in Shipshewana, Height Auto Body in LaGrange, by Freedom Finish Works in Topeka, Dry Forest Wood Products in Shipshewana, by LaGwana in Shipshewana, Animal Care Clinic of Topeka, the Topeka Sale Barn, and Avail Portable Toilet and Sink Rentals also in Topeka. By Jerry's Standard Service in Middlebury, by Topeka Pharmacy, the Van Buren Hotel in Shipshewana, by Emma Warehouse and Ben's Pretzels in Shipshewana. Tonight's game was a presentation of LaGwana Media and the IHSAA Champions Network. For Jerry Hostetler doing play-by-play tonight. And on the board tonight, we had Justin Stewart and Jeremy Anderson. This is Dan Byler. Good night and